Good afternoon, YouTubers. I'm not an expert. Today, I bought a couple more hand planes. I don't really need any more, but they were a good deal. Couldn't pass them up. And this one was a record. I've never had a record one before, so I thought, I'll get it. It's a number 5, pretty standard size. It's a record Marples. And from what I can gather, looking around on the internet, this was probably made sometime between like 1988 and 1995. It has a flip type cap on it. And what else was the identifier? That's the big one. Oh, and brass nuts in the brass screws. So that says post 88, and this says pre 95. It's basically just a copy of a Stanley number 5. It was made later, because like I said, this one was made pretty late. And I got it from a guy who said it had never been used, which, well, take a look at it. There's a good chance that's true. It's in really good condition. The tote is beech with a very dark stain on it. I can see the flex. The knob does not look like beech. I don't know what that is. It's real nice. It's got a heavy lacquer on it. I mean, it could be beech underneath there. I don't know. There's a very dark stain. See some wood grain to it. Anyway, that should make a good user. I'll have to play with it a little bit. It needs a sharpening, maybe a little cleaning up. There's some little freckles of rust, but it's in really good shape for a 20-something-year-old plane. It's never been used. The other one I got, this is a Stanley, and I've done the dating on it. This is a Type 19, which means 1948 to 1961. So pretty new, kind of the last of the good ones. Now, according to Hyperkitten, the knob may actually be rosewood, because I said rosewood had come back. It certainly is very nice. It's stained. Yeah, look at that. Can you guys see how good that is? That's a pretty good looking knob. So maybe that is real rosewood, but the tote, to me, that looks like walnut. So I'm not sure. And look at the figure on that. Maybe that's rosewood, but it's definitely not the normal finish. And I'm thinking maybe that's a piece of walnut. Maybe somebody made their own. Maybe not. I don't know. What do you think? It's definitely got some kind of the open grain, or it's a really odd piece of rosewood. I don't know. I'm not really very good at identifying wood. It is a really nice tote. Also in excellent condition. It's a Type 19, and I picked that up because it came with this one. I really just wanted to try a record out. I heard they're good. So I'll have to figure out some way of testing it. I have a feeling when I get done, they're all going to be kind of the same, because it seems to be a solidly made plane. I'm sure it'll be just fine. Anyway, I got the 2 of those for $30. I think $15 is about right for a number 5, maybe up to $30. If it's a little more collectible, a little older, maybe a little more, but they're pretty common. So anyway, I just wanted to show those off a little bit. And my other number 5s, this number 5, this is the oldest sort of human-powered tool I think that I own. Not in its actual age, but the one I've had the longest. And this is a number 5. This is a Type 18, which puts it from 1946 or 47. And you can see a little bit of difference, right? These planes, very close in age. Right? This one built the series right before this one. Basically, the body of the plane is pretty much the same. The differences are hardwood with paint, right? Because they were still kind of post-war painting. They hadn't started putting the nice wood back on them yet. So it's just whatever they could get hardwood. And if we were to look under here, you can see that there's a diagonal knurling on the adjustment knob, and that's how you identify that it's an 18. It's got a little rust on it. Now, this was my dad's, and it has the requisite homeowner. It's got a little house paint on it. Not much. There used to be more. And I have used it, but not in a long time, and it works fine. There's nothing wrong with this. This was my dad's old plane, and I don't know where he got it, because in 1946, he would have been 12. And I doubt when he was 12, he bought a hand plane. So he probably got it used somewhere, or there's always a good chance he borrowed it from his brother and never returned it. I have some camping gear that my dad told me he borrowed from his brother and never returned. Some old Coleman stove and lantern. So, hope none of my cousins are listening. Anyway, so I got this from him. It didn't have a blade in it. I had to get a replacement blade, which is how I ended up with this, because I thought blades were too much money, so I bought an entire plane to get a number 5 sized blade. This is a Stanley Handyman that I bought at a garage sale. I may have paid $15 for it. I feel bad about that, but it still has a sticker, because that's a lot, especially because I bought this like 10 years ago. Noticeably lighter, significantly less weight, cheaper castings, cheaper knob. I don't really see any problem with it, though. I know a lot of people don't think handymans are a very good plane, but I've used it and it cuts just fine. But it is not as nice as a real Stanley. And in the number 5 size, I would hold out for a Bailey rather than the Handyman, because I think they're just better and they should be about the same cost. You might find these for less, but perfectly serviceable. And there's really nothing wrong with this plane. But you can see it's just a lighter casting, kind of a cheaper plane. Anyway, that's my collection of number 5s. It's all the 5s that I have. I think I have 4 number 4s too. They just keep piling up because, I find something interesting like this record. And then this one just kind of came with it, but it's got really nice wood on it. I really like it. And of course, my dad's old plane, which I kind of like keeping the way it was, kind of just as a reminder when I see it. We grew up with that. Never used it for anything when I was a kid. We didn't know what a plane was for, I don't think. Well, we knew, but we never did any of that kind of woodworking. So until recently, it really just sat in the garage. All right, well, that's all I've got for now. We'll catch you later.